Today on Insects for Fun, we're actually talking about spooters. And by spooters, I specifically mean jumping spiders, which have taken social media by storm over the years due to their cuteness. But there's a lot more to these than simply being cute, and you'll soon learn why. Jumping spiders are part of the family Salticidae, which comes from the Latin word saltare or saltare. I don't know, Latin is a dead language, but what I do know is that it means jump. Now, these are one of the largest spider families out there, with over 6,000 species of these little guys, and you can find them on almost every continent except Antarctica. Cold just isn't their thing, as with most animals, apparently. Whether it's in tropical rainforests, deserts, grasslands, or even urban backyards, jumping spiders are versatile when it comes to their habitat. In fact, the reason I chose this topic for today is because recently they've been making appearances in my workplace and my apartment. One of them even managed to get into one of my rainbow stag tanks without me realizing, which is pretty impressive by the way, because those tanks are pretty well sealed. Jumping spiders don't build traditional webs like other spiders. Instead, they're wanderers. They live a nomadic life, prowling around, actively hunting their prey during the day. Think of them as tiny adventurers, moving across leaves, tree bark, windowsills, even the inside of our homes, always on the lookout for a good meal or a new spot to call home for the night. Instead of a web, they'll often spin a little silken retreat, a sort of sleeping bag to rest in. So, how'd they get the name jumping spiders? Well, unlike most spiders that either sit patiently in their webs or quietly stalk their meals, jumping spiders leap. They can propel themselves in the air at a length of 50 times their body. And the craziest part is they use their blood to do it. Jumping spiders contract the muscles in their body, which pushes blood into their legs at a force and speed strong enough to propel them into the air. These jumps aren't just random either. Jumping spiders have excellent vision, among the best of any arachnid, and they use their big front-facing eyes to lock onto a target and calculate the perfect jump. And here's a fun fact. Before they jump, they always tether themselves to a surface with a silk line, like a bungee cord. So, if they happen to miscalculate or miss their target, they won't go splat. They'll just dangle safely until they can try again. But their behavior isn't all about hunting. Jumping spiders are surprisingly curious and even playful. Have you ever noticed one that stops and stares at you, tilting its little head like a dog? These incredible spiders have an inquisitive nature. Some researchers have even suggested they're capable of learning and problem solving, which is pretty mind-blowing for something that small. A lot of people actually like to keep them as free-roam pets, and the spiders learn that their human companion is a source of protection and food. I'm sure we've all seen videos of people holding their hands out for a jumping spider to jump on. This isn't a coincidence. These kinds of interactions are totally possible and absolutely normal. You can't expect a new pet jumping spider to immediately have this level of comfort though. You see, jumping spiders are shy by nature, and they take some time to warm up and get used to you. Some people will use small brushes to lure them to their hand, but generally speaking, it might take days or weeks for your pet spider to get used to handling. Now, another notable behavior in jumping spiders would be their participation in courtship dances, where the males perform elaborate dances to attract females. They wave their legs, vibrate their abdomens, and show off colorful markings, all while moving in a rhythmic pattern. It's like a tiny 8-legged ballroom competition. One famous jumping spider known for its elaborate dancing is the peacock jumping spiders in the genus Maratas. There are around 100 species of peacock jumping spiders, each with their own elaborate coloring and dance. And yes, a peacock jumping spider does indeed have a structure on its abdomen that unfolds like a paper fan, with mesmerizing colors the same way male peacocks unfold their tails. It's not just about the coloration or the shaking of this fan either. These spiders use their legs in the dances as well, creating a full body show. The vast majority of all peacock jumping spiders are found in southern Australia, but there could be many more. Actually, a lot of these species were only discovered after one of them went viral back in 2011. I will definitely be including images on the Instagram page. Now, even though jumping spiders by most accounts are very different from other traditional spiders, they do have one thing in common, and that would be the fatality of getting a courtship dance wrong. A male can just as easily go from being a source of sperm to a source of nutrition if he encroaches too soon or interrupts on another mating ritual. Also, many male jumping spiders are dense and don't pay attention at all to which species they're trying to court, which results in males getting too close to incompatible females. Aside from males getting their lives cut short from a misstep, you might be surprised to learn that in general, jumping spiders don't live that long at all. Most of them have a maximum life expectancy of 1 year, but some in captivity have been able to make it to 3. Like all other spiders, these start out as an egg laid by a fertilized female. The eggs are usually laid in a silken sac and hidden under leaves or in a safe place. Some species will make a larger silken layer for their young, which acts as their safety bubble until the spiders reach their second instar. Typically, it's once the spiders reach this instar that they're able to start learning how to be successful hunters, and the mother will begin preparing a new egg sac for her next round of offspring, if she can. Now, if you're raising them as pets, it's a good idea to separate the spiders after they begin leaving the silken nest, because they might start treating each other as potential prey, and we definitely don't want that. Some jumping spiders like to create silken hammocks, which serve no purpose to raising babies, but rather act as a resting place or perch. Jumping spiders will even make silken tents to protect themselves while they sleep, which I kind of mentioned earlier. Because unlike other spiders, these are diurnal, and they use their excellent eyesight to hunt prey during the day. It seems to me that jumping spiders have quickly risen to become one of the most popular spiders, and they definitely get the most camera time because of their inquisitive and observant behaviors. You can find jumping spider vendors online, or you can just make friends with some that live near or in your home. A jumping spider doesn't need a lot in terms of its enclosure, but it will certainly benefit from having places to hide and climb. They also like having a bit of humidity and warmth. It's recommended that you use a tank or container that has a greater height than width, because these spiders are jumpers, but also prefer to be at higher elevations. As for food, they'll take any live food like fruit flies, small mealworms, etc. If you have baby spiders, you gotta start real small with their meals and only try feeding them after they're in their second molt, or have a more matured body structure. Baby spiders don't have the larger head and mandibles prepared for hunting, but also you probably won't see the babies anyway due to them staying inside their silken nest with the mother. The bottom line is, no matter how you feel about spiders in general, jumping spiders are great to have around because they aren't aggressive, aren't dangerous, and they feed on small insects that we generally don't want. So next time you see a jumping spider in your home, you might want to think about how you interact with it. And that's going to wrap up today's episode on insects for fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned something new. And as always, please make sure to go rate and review the podcast on whatever platform you listen. It's super, super helpful. And of course, what's even more helpful is if you decide to support the show on patreon.com to get yourself ad-free episodes, bonus episodes, and vlogs. Thank you again for listening.